The Bad Pennies are back.
We're back.
I'm Sho. This is Alan. We're going to talk about asking for help.
Yeah, I need help.
That's a good thing that you're able to ask for help.
Yeah.
Well, how can I help you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, let's talk about the problem. Let's try to find a solution together.
Yeah, trying to find a solution, asking for help when you don't know what the help is that you need, because
that's part of
that's
it.
part of the deal,
Yeah.
right? It's
Finding out what help you need.
But
a lot of times people really do need to stop digging themselves into a deep hole and just digging deeper and deeper.
trying to do it alone.
But
that's a different podcast.
Ask for help.
So we want to do a little bit deeper dive on the very essence of what it means to ask for help.
Let's go.
And where you have to go. All right, so several things. One is that to be able to ask for help, you can't have your ego engaged.
Fair.
All right?
Yeah.
Because the more your ego's engaged, the less you think you need help or are willing to ask for help. Because it has an affront to your ego.
Yeah.
All right?
I can see that.
So it's like a total affront to your ego, and so your ego will push back. I don't need that. You know, I can figure this out. I know what to do. I've got all of that. I got to handle all of it. I mean, all the things that the ego will tell you that will prevent you from actually doing the one thing that is that proverbially in the world, the stop and ask for directions. All right. Yeah. And the funny story. My dad would just not stop. He would drive around lost with the whole family in the car until we were practically out of gas before he would actually just stop and say, where's, it would have saved so much time and effort. And yet, that his ego in that situation just would not allow him.
So what just happened there for you younger people who don't understand the technology of it all, you don't always get a navigation system on your cell phone, especially like way back in the past.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, asking for directions is something that you actually had to do when you were lost.
You actually had to do. We had maps and stuff, but sometimes that didn't help, or we didn't have a map, and
sometimes you had to actually.
You'd leave the house thinking you knew where it was, and then.
But anyway,
get to where you thought you were supposed to go, and it's not there, and now you're lost, and you don't know.
Right.
So look.
So it's about asking, recognizing that you're in a situation where you need help, and then getting your ego out of the way so that you can actually ask for help.
Yes. So it does carry over in a contextual sense here. All right. So letting go of your ego and realizing that you need help first, and that's where things sort of diverge into two directions. One is the direction of what the help it is that you need, and the other is in the direction where you don't know what the help is that you need,
but you need help.
Yeah. In both cases, right? So once you know that you need help, you then decide, do you know what the kind of help you need, and you can ask specifically for that kind of help.
Sometimes that is a good way of going at it. When you know the help that you need,
and it's great for others because then they know what to do.
Yeah.
Or say or no. Right? They can say yes or no. No, I can help you, or I can't help you.
Right.
Right.
And then, like at the beginning of this episode, where you didn't know the help that you need, and then you ask someone, and the two of you may help each other to figure out what the solution to the problem might be.
Possibly, or you may have to go to others and ask others for help. But again, in the end, once you get the help, you're still responsible, because all decisions that come from us are ours. Even if your decision is made based on someone else's help, you're still responsible for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that may be another.
And you're also responsible for thanking the people that helped you as well.
Right, but that may be another podcast where we're not blaming others for the help that they give us, but but again, that particular avenue where you know what it is you need, there's another element or aspect of it. Okay, and the other aspect of asking for help is not when it's in terms of leadership and delegation, or getting others motivated to do things that you need them to do, that you just either can't or don't have the time, it's just too involved, or just something that you need to give away. A great way to approach this, especially with women too, by the way, this works with women, maybe not as consistently, but certainly it's a good context to come from in the world, which is I need some help.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Think about when someone has come to you and said, I need some help. Can you help me? Mm-hmm. All right. And there's I think it's almost instinctual. There's a part of us that just wants to help, especially men.
Okay.
Because we like to fix shit.
Okay.
All right. We do that. Someone asks for help. It means there's something that's needs to get done or is broken or whatever, and we like to get in there and fix it. All right. But it's a great context, because instead of telling someone what to do or trying to manipulate them into getting what you want, you can just come to them and say, look, I need some help. And then they can decide. They're also responsible for their decisions, and they'll say, yes, I will help you, or no, I won't. Yeah. The odds of someone helping you when you ask for help is infinitely greater
than if they just
than trying to do it another way.
Yeah.
Right? It's infinitely greater. And
a lot of times you don't want the help that's offered to you.
Well, we're going to talk about that. That's another direction. So,
okay.
All right. But again, yes, they've offered, they whatever it is that they come up with when you've asked them for help, it's still your decision whether to use it or not, or whether it's the right thing or not, or whatever. And you can give them feedback and all of the things that go along once they said, yes, sure, this is what I'll do. And then you can decide whether that is going to work or not. Okay. But the other direction. All right. So that's one way, asking for help, saying, look, Michelle, I need your help.
Yeah.
No, what can I do?
Yeah.
All right. So then there's the other way, which is you don't know the help that you need. I wouldn't personally just go to anybody.
Okay.
When I don't know the help that I need, I go to men that I trust, and men that are often
problem solvers.
Smarter than me. We're all problem solvers, but men that have a track record of good help.
Okay.
Men that I trust.
Mm-hmm.
Men who have developed a level of wisdom, especially again, if it's in a particular area, then you would seek out men that are experts in that area, because you don't know the help you need, right?
Right.
So you figure out who they are and you ask for help. But here's the thing. If you place, and this kind of goes true with both directions, but if you place expectations on the help, it won't be a very good experience.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Especially when it comes to, say, going to a number of men with a problem or situation and say, look, I need your help, and I need your help, and I don't know what it is, but I'll explain what's going on and get your feedback. What you get back may not be what you thought you would get. And if you go into it with expectations, now we did a whole podcast on that.
We did.
You go into it with expectations, then you're going to control it. You're going to control the help. You're going to control the men or women that are helping you. It won't be good for anybody. Because again, once you get into the expectation realm and the control realm, your ego is engaged and you're doing all of this kind of stuff. Yeah. So you just have to be open to accepting it as is.
Okay.
Right? So even when you don't know the help that you need, you just got to accept it as is.
Okay.
And for the help that you at least think you know what it is that you need, again, you may not get back exactly what it is that you thought. You got to be open to that, And again, the make a decision.
Hmm.
Make a decision. Are you going to take the help or not? Are you going to
Yeah.
take the coaching or the wisdom or whatever? A great way of going about it is, especially when there's a situation involved, is find someone who's been through that situation
Hmm.
or a similar situation. What did they do that worked? What did they do that didn't work? That can be incredibly helpful, by the way.
Okay.
Knowing what someone else did that didn't work, like, you know, where they go like, I did this and it was like a disaster, or I did this and it was brilliant, or I beat my head against the wall and, you know, for 10 hours and that didn't work until I stopped beating it and did something else. So, but you got to be open to all that. And in the end, no matter what, in the end, when it comes to asking for help, your decision to take it or not take it is yours. As a man, you are responsible for your decisions, period, regardless of what input drove you to that decision. All right, but
to me.
way too many times I've seen men, you know, get advice and then just you know, it wasn't necessarily the best advice, and then they just blamed others for their bad decision. All right, so you know that when you if sometimes what you want, the help you're asking for is advice, it's worth every penny you're paying for it, right? Remember, we've talked about that. When it comes to opinions, you know, what was the old saying that the opinions
Everybody's
are
got
like
one.
assholes, everyone's got one, right? So you know that you're going to have to filter through it, and in the end, it still comes back to your responsibility, your decision, your responsibility. You don't blame anyone for the bad advice. You might want to like make a little mental note that their advice has, if it's someone that's been very consistent with good feedback, and then they have some feedback that's not particularly great, you don't write them off, right?
Right.
But if they're consistently, their feedback is terrible and off base and hasn't worked, and you know, when you've taken it,
Yeah.
you know, you need to make a note about that as well. About, well, maybe that's not the right, you know, man or woman to go to with this stuff.
Respectfully, that's fair.
But it's still not their fault.
No.
It's still not their fault because you took it and you did it and you're responsible for it.
Yeah. Okay.
But our unwillingness to ask for help stops us way too often. Way too often. And at least at the worst level of asking for help, you'll get a broader view of things, right? You'll get you'll put more things in motion than that were in motion before you asked for help.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And even then, it's a level higher than just doing it alone.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Great.
It is. And we'd like to do a lot alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've said this over and over again. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot in life you do alone, including making your, you know, the final decision is yours. You do that alone. But before you get there, and with other things, which is, by the way, our previous podcast, we were talking about secrets or revealing your secrets. You can't, the benefit of that with men that you trust is one of the things you don't do alone. And there's great benefit in it. There's really great benefit in having men that you trust, that you can tell things to and know that it won't go anywhere else. So with asking for help, it's just raising the vibrations. It's just raising the level of how you're operating in life, away from just being the only one, the individual, right?
I like that.
Yeah. And you know, the higher up you go in purpose, right, in the world,
The easier things get.
well, no, they don't. That's the thing. You know, years ago, I used to say, when is it going to get easier? You know, when is life going to get easier? And it just doesn't. Some of the challenges, you know, when I was in my 20s or 30s are not there anymore. but there are other ones took their place.
Yeah.
That come with being in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s and now going into my 70s. So you it's always a challenge.
Okay.
It never gets particularly easy. Even if you just lay back and quit or get lazy, that comes with a lot of consequences and a price as well.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but raising the vibrations means that the people that help you, the amount of them gets larger as well as you go up. I mean, if it's just another man, there's that relationship. He's helping you, and again, you've raised that vibration, right? You've got, so if you have a circle of men that you trust, another level, right? If there's a community that you trust, then that's another level. And then, and eventually you end up working, if so inclined, of course, if your purpose drives you there, you end up working with at a level of mankind, humanity, right? And now you got the whole world is you're working, is helping you, the whole world, and don't just believe me on that, right? Take a look at the men and women that have actually operated on the level of mankind, that have operated on the level of humanity.
Yeah, they're all memorialized and remembered. Well, not all of them,
but some of them have whole continents of people.
Yeah,
whole continents that, and it doesn't mean every single human being on that continent is serving them or helping them with what they're doing, but there's a critical mass.
Okay.
And if often we think that one man or woman can't change the world, but that's not true. It does require a critical mass, but that one man or woman with a large enough context and a high enough purpose personally can, as they ask for help in serving that purpose, it builds to a critical mass. And when it hits that critical mass, global change happens. Global change happens, and miraculous things that will take place that no one ever thought was possible. And yes, it started with one. It started with just you. So not that we're expecting you to go out and change the world tomorrow, but know that the possibility is always there.
The idea is there, you need to put it into motion. If there were something there that you ran into a hurdle or a stumbling block, you need help, this is where you ask for help. This is where you make things happen in life as you move forward, and the changes that are supposed to be,
I mean,
the ripple effects and
you think Gandhi never asked for help? I mean, Gandhi asked for help his entire life.
He probably, I mean,
his entire life,
didn't eat much, so he needed help standing up sometimes.
Well, that was
a bad joke.
No, that was a terrible. Is it the question? Is it too soon? Too soon? All right. So I think he died in the 50s. So
Gandhi needed help, and he asked for help.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
He did.
Everybody asked for help. I mean, there's nobody that changed the world that did it on their own.
That's correct. That's what we're saying, and it doesn't mean you have to go out and live your life at the level of someone whose purpose is changing the world. But we've always, even working together over the years, held a context that one of the most effective ways to change the world is one man and one woman at a time. Mm-hmm. So that means that how you're being affects all of the people that are immediately in contact with you.
Okay.
And how your being may affect any one of them or all of them. And then they go out and affect others, and they go out and affect others. And so just by how you're being changes the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you don't perceive it. I mean, because sometimes the change is almost imperceptible, but it's there.
So the bottom line here is that asking for help can lead to world peace.
Wow. I feel like I'm in like a beauty pageant now, and it's the higher purpose question.
Yeah. No, but really though, I mean, you can really make the moves that you need to make. You were inspired by a vision or an idea or something that really wanted to be existing in the world.
Yes.
And you can't do it by yourself. You may want to, but if you do get the help that you need, it's more likely that this thing will become successful.
Right. Always. I mean, like I said, every time that you ask for help, you raise the vibration.
Yeah.
Every time, from individual. You're
Actually,
no longer in it alone.
Yeah.
Right. You're and look, it is a terrible misconception that we should go through life doing everything alone. And I don't know how we lost our connection along the way, our legacy about, especially for men. I mean, women haven't lost that so much, but men have. And because women are so much more connected to relationship and to the world than in ways that men are sadly not a lot of the time. But we've lost our connection of taking care of each other, of being in it together, of asking for help, of doing this more as teamwork and accomplishing things as teamwork rather than doing it alone. And somehow we've glorified that.
Yeah, the greater good matters here, right?
Well,
it's more important for the thing to exist than who did it. A lot of times.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, then it's not about you, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
and if you want to take credit, I mean, if you have a problem sharing credit, get over it.
Well, that's
check
ego.
the ego.
Yeah, check your ego.
You know, write the report and put everybody's name on it that helped with it.
And take your name off, and then and not need it.
Yeah.
You know, I had a man that called me the other day, and he's really struggling because he's in that last 20% of his life, right? He's in age, and he's accumulated a lot of stuff, and he needs to get rid of it, but he won't let go of any of it. And I'm not going to get into the whole hoarder thing, but one of my recommendations was that he take some things that he really values personally, not necessarily something that's
sentimental,
worth a lot of money, but even that too could be. But more importantly, something more of a sentimental value, something that he would just want to hold on to with dear life until we pry it from his cold dead hands, right? So I said, and then give it to someone. Don't sell it. Just give it and say, look, this has meant something to me. This has meant something really, really important to me.
But you can't hope that it's going to mean that important to the next
doesn't
person.
Matter. It doesn't matter.
It's about you letting it go.
Yes.
And this is supposed to help you learn how to ask for help.
Because it's also he has to let go of his ego to be able to do it. And it might be a good practice to because look, there are things that that you'll want to sell just because that's the right thing to do, but there are always think of things that have been given to you over and over again throughout your life. Someone let go, someone wasn't in their ego, and that skill transfers to asking for help, because you have to let go of your ego and let someone else in. Right?
Is that your final thought? Or
that is. I think it is. I think it's a good place to kind of wrap this up. That we asking for help makes it less about you. It does. It makes it a lot less about you, and it makes it, again, it raises the vibrations. Okay. So, and the higher you go, the more people you ask for help, the less it becomes about you.
Okay.
You give them the credit. I mean, things go well, you say, well, I asked for help and this is what they came up with. And so I'm giving them the credit. And again, that selfless way of approaching life is very powerful, by the way. It's very powerful. I mean, others will try to give you accolades, and that's great. That's great. But you don't care whether they do or not. It's all, again, going through life, the best part of it is how we give it away.
Okay.
All right, so keep that in mind when it comes to asking for help, and get over it. Like you said, just Get over it.
Get out of the way.
Pull the side of the road, Dad,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
It's been
really.
hours.
There
We
you go.
gotta find out where we're going. We're gonna die. We're gonna run out of food.
Yeah.
But yeah, take a shot. Try it and see how it goes.
Great.
Okay.
Thank
thanks.
you. All right, everybody. Bad Pennies. We'll be back.
We will.